Welcome back to the Seraphine podcast on my YouTube channel. I'm Seraphine Arocha, and I'm with my partner in crime, Chelsea Atia. Hello, beauty.
Hello.
Hello, hello. It is my most favorite time of the year.
Mine too. I love it. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas, and the Seraphine podcast is going to be going gangbusters because we are not only going to be talking about our Christmas memories today, but we are actually making a little intro to our season of Christmas movies. So I want you to think all things over-the-top Christmas, from Hallmark movies to Netflix movies to the classic movies like Home Alone, all of those fun ones that you just want to watch in a big blanket. Chelsea and I are going to be having some fun watching them, and we also have a really fun rating system that we came up with. And
how Christmassy and stereotypical are these movies? So be on the lookout for that scorecard.
Yes, and you guys can definitely play along with us, and we're even going to have a fun little drinking or sweets game to where you get to have as many sweets or eggnog that's spiked watching along with us. So as we begin today, we're going to jump right in. I wanted to kind of share with you why Christmas is so important to me. Back in the day when I was a little tiny Seraphine, I was brought up with Christmas being like the main holiday. My parents decorated, they celebrated in such a big way. And it was such a big deal because my father wasn't actually traditionally a Christian guy. He was a Muslim guy. So he really jumped in with my mom and was like, all right, we've got kids. We're going to celebrate this. And when I first kind of remembered Christmas, I'll be honest with you, it was during a time that was kind of tough with us financially. And one of the greatest Christmas memories I actually have, it's going to sound a little bit kind of sad to begin with, but we had gone through a really tough financial time. And my mom had sat me down and she was like, look, this year, there's a lot of things that I know that you're wishing Santa would bring you. But at the end of the day, I want you to think good and hard about what you really, really want. And I wanted what was very popular back in the 80s, which was the Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh.
And at that time, the prices for the Cabbage Patch dolls were out of control, just crazy. So anyway, I could see in her demeanor like, ugh. And in the meantime, she was like, well, we still have to decorate. And I remember hearing my mom and dad talk, and my mom was like, it's so expensive. I don't know if we can really afford to do all the decorations. And she really wants this doll. So what my mom ended up doing was, instead of going gangbusters on the decorations, she went and she bought this huge spool of green construction paper.
Oh.
And she cut out a massive tree and put it on the wall of our living room.
No way.
And her and I drew and colored and painted ornaments all over the tree. And it was one of those moments to where I had no idea that we were doing without, because it was such a cool experience.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that she did, which was really cool, was we had old Christmas lights from the holiday before. And I don't know how she did it because I was dead asleep, but I had a Barbie doll dream house, and she took the old Christmas lights and she wrapped the whole house in the Barbie doll Christmas lights, dressed up my Barbies all in clothes. She put up a little Christmas tree in there. And on Christmas morning, I woke up and my Barbies were celebrating Christmas.
That's adorable.
It was so sweet. And underneath the paper tree that year, it was super sweet. She ended up getting me, she didn't get me the Cabbage Patch doll because it was a little expensive. She got me what was like the version of like a squash doll. It was like the generic version of it.
Yeah.
I still got a doll, and I was very happy to have my doll underneath the tree. And then eventually down the road, I did get my doll. But that year was one of those years where, I don't know, I have so many wonderful memories of Christmas. So that one's my special one. How about you?
That is so special. You know what that story kind of reminds me of is in the movie The Santa Claus. It's actually the Santa Claus 2, I believe, when Tim Allen is the actor, and he meets his son's school teacher.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like Christmas because when she was younger, all she wanted was a doll. and she never got her doll. So I'm so glad you ended up getting your Cabbage Patch doll, because she didn't get one until Tim Allen gave her one. And then she started believing in Christmas, and she becomes Mrs. Claus. Spoiler alert.
I love it. I'm going to have to watch that one.
Yeah, you definitely need to. Oh gosh, the Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. They're so good. I love Tim Allen. Christmas has always, like you, been like the holiday of holidays. My family always went all out. My mom decorated our house to the T every single year. Just loved it. Something that was really special to me, is kind of small, but something I looked forward to every year, was my dad and I would sit on the chair by the Christmas tree, and every year he would read to me the Polar Express. And I had the little bell, and I would ring in. Obviously, like, if you've seen the Polar Express, if you hear the bell, it means you still believe in Santa Claus. Aww. So that was like a very special memory. I also, like, one of my grandmas is Swedish, and every year there's a tradition in the Swedish culture that you dress up as Saint Lucia and Starboy. So I would dress up as St. Lucia, and she wore a crown of candles, a white robe with a red sash, and she would walk around the room and pass out all the desserts, from gingerbread cookies to whatever. She made quite the assortment. And then my little boy cousin would be Starboy, and he wore like a white cone with stars on it, and he would just follow me around.
How cool.
So that was pretty special. Yeah. It was kind of fun. I loved Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve's always so good. The anticipation of it all.
Yes, the anticipation. And that same set of grandparents, they would have someone around the neighborhood dress up as Santa Claus, and he would come and knock on the door, and he would pass us, all the grandkids and everyone, their gifts. And then he would leave, and my grandpa, to pay him for it, would leave a 6-pack of beer out there. And one year I tried to chase him out and see where Santa Claus went, and everyone was trying to stop me, because obviously I would see Santa Claus walking away with a 6-pack of beer.
I love it. That is hilarious.
So fun.
It's so crazy. I think that, when I think about all of the memories with Christmas, I've had some really fabulous Christmases, but it's the ones that I've actually had hardships with that really have made me love the holiday more. So when I was in New York, there was a big hurricane storm, and I had all of my decorations in this apartment in the basement, and it ruined all of them. Aww. And I was so brokenhearted, because there were so many ornaments I had collected. There were things that I had just over time, you have this collection of them, and most of them were ruined. So that year, I literally wrote to my friends, like in the Christmas card, because I sent it out a little bit early. And then I went on social media, and I said, if you want to give me a Christmas gift, I was like, send me an ornament, even if it's an old one.
That's really cool.
If it's recycled, whatever, but tell me the story behind it. Yeah. So ever since then, I can't tell you, a lot of my friends will give me Christmas ornaments, and I love it, because every time I unwrap it or I put it on the tree, I think of them. So I brought a couple to share.
That's so fun.
So one of my absolute favorites, and you're going to laugh, there was a doll back in like the 70s and 80s called a Holly Hobby. This is probably like the most 70s ornament.
I love it.
A little plastic like baby doll girl. And this was on my mom's tree forever. And thank goodness I didn't steal it from her when the storm happened. But it was my favorite ornament to put on the tree, even though it was probably like the cheapest. So that's okay. One of them. And then I went to New Orleans one year. And if anyone knows, I have a fleur-de-lis on my hand. It's my favorite city. And I found this glass blower. And, of course, I found my favorite little symbol. And it has the year that I got it, 2011. And then when I lost all of my ornaments, one of the ones sent to me was the classic Seraphine S.
I love it.
Seraphine.
Who sent it to you?
This one was from a friend named Heather. And she said, I've always, every time I think about you and your 4 sisters, because we're all S names. Yeah. Seraphine, Samara, Shauna, and Solace. So she's like, you have to represent on your tree. And then my one that I just got just recently.
Is that a Precious Moments?
It is. And it is from my mother-in-law, and it is literally our first Christmas, the year that we got
That's
married,
amazing.
2017, and it is so like, I mean, precious moments.
That
is so
just
classic.
brought me back. My mom's mom, my grandma, had all the precious moments, and she gave us some before she passed away. That brings me back. You know what I love about the holidays is that it's so nostalgic.
It really
it
is.
brings you back. I think why we love it so much is it because it makes us feel like kids again.
Totally.
And all the magic, everything, like it's just that you can feel it in the air. Everyone feels it. So I love that. All those memories with ornaments, and that's such a great gift. And that was amazing that you did that when you had lost all your.
It is the best. And like I said, every time I put my ornaments up on the tree, it just brings back a flood of memories.
Yeah.
Now I want to know a few little fun little Christmas facts about Chelsea. What is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I like the Baby It's Cold Outside, which is funny because when we do this Love Hard review, they talk about this. But I think it's romantic and flirty, cute little song.
But I also love that now it's become like the quintessential, like, what do you call it, canceled song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it's sort of cute, but it's also like, I guess, supposedly like underlined rapey.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty innocent. But I think that song's cute, but I also love like, what's that Mariah Carey song that?
I don't want a lot for Christmas. Yeah,
love
such
that
a great
one
singer,
too.
right?
You know, when the little like notes start happening, you just know that song's coming on. You get ready, you get your Mariah Carey voice ready. Love that too. What about you? What's your fave?
I really like the chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Oh yeah,
I actually love Zooey Deschanel. She did a Him and Her, or She and Him.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the group. That album makes me just feel like it is. You know, I love the 60s and 70s for a vibe. And she just sings in that voice that she's got. And I also really like a little Michael Bublé.
Oh,
you know, where you've got.
See, when you asked me that, there's like, I didn't think of all of these, but Michael Bublé, he's classic.
Yeah, there's so many good
and
ones.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
Frank Sinatra is like one of my faves in general. And his Christmas music is.
The song that makes tears come in my eyes, though, is definitely the Peanuts Gang. Just the piano, the Oh Christmas Tree, or Oh Tannenbaum. Yeah, so those are great. Now, I want to know, if I were to put candy in a stocking for Chelsea, what would you like in your stocking?
That's funny. I'm not a candy person, never was. I don't know. Maybe the classic candy cane, just for aesthetic vibes. I won't eat it, but just
I hear you on that. I have to say, I'm definitely, I like a good Yorkshire peppermint patty.
Oh.
Love those for Christmas. And I also really like, my mom would get us the hot cocoa packets, but the fancy kind.
Oh, the fancy.
Like for me at the time, like Land O'Lakes, where it was like chocolate mint or butterscotch or whatever. I thought it was the bomb.
Yeah.
Those were my favorites.
Love it.
And then I have one more question. Did you ever have a creepy Santa experience?
I had a very weird Santa experience, yes. So, you know, the Santa's at the mall.
Yeah.
I was young. I still believed in Santa, but I was on the verge. Like, I don't know about this anymore. So I went to see Santa, and I can't remember what I wanted that year. Something very specific. And I didn't know. Okay, let me tell the story first. So I'm sitting on Santa Claus's lap, and he knew what I wanted. I was like, what? How did you know this?
Oh my gosh.
Come to find out, my mom like told him beforehand. But at the time I was like, this is crazy. This is the Santa. We're coming back to this location next year because this is the one. He's not the fake one. He knows exactly what I'm asking for. So
I love it.
Other than the creepy Santas that would come on Christmas Eve and walk away with a 6-pack.
Oh, I know.
At my grandparents' house. That was a little
enough.
creepy. Yeah. And but he ended up passing away, which is kind of sad. So. But anyways.
Well, fun fact for me is I was a Santa's helper.
Oh, I can picture this.
Yes. One of my first jobs out of middle school, I think I was 14 or 15.
Adorable.
I was a Santa's elf.
That's so
in
cute.
Wichita at the mall there. And I remember that the Santa Claus didn't know I was as young as I was, because I got the job literally like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And Santa asked this girl out.
He was a bad Santa.
Little did he know that he would probably have been taken away to jail if he would have Kiss Me Under the Mistletoe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Have you ever seen Bad Santa?
I have. And I love that movie. It is so good.
So
All
good.
right. So final question before we get into all of the fun movies that we are going to be watching. What is, you can have a couple, 3 max, but what are the holiday movies that are the ones you like to go to every year?
The Home Alone, 1 and 2. That counts as 1 though.
Yes.
I love The Holiday with Cameron Diaz
that's so good.
and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
I love that. I just watched that the other day. And then what's another one that I love? Classic. I love the Santa Claus movies too.
Oh, those are all
1
good.
and 2 are really good. The third one gets a little kitschy, but
yeah.
What about you?
I have weird ones. So for those of you, I think I have like the B-sides of Christmas movies.
Don't tell me Die Hard and
No. I am not a Die Hard fan. No, for me, a Krampus, which
I've
is
never seen it.
It's a dark holiday movie about.
You've talked about this before, yes.
And it's probably one of my favorite movies that is telling about, we kind of become jerks over the holidays sometimes.
Sometimes people do, yes.
So this is definitely like a little life lesson or a little warning of, don't let Krampus get you. The other one I love watching is A Christmas Story with the Red Ryder.
That one too.
You've never seen the Red Ryder?
But everyone always talks about this movie, and I feel like this is the year.
It is the year. We might have to watch that together.
That's all right. I'll do that.
And that's the one gift I do want. For those of you listening, if you want to give me a gift, I want the leg. So there's this leg.
Oh,
it's a lamp leg.
Seen it.
I want the lamp leg. I have the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, the little one, the little pathetic one, but I need that one. And I would say my third favorite Christmas movie is, again, it's a little weird because I do like cartoons. Don't get me wrong. I love like the old Rudolphs and the Frosty the Snowman.
I love those too.
And I love every single year watching just the Peanuts gang. I mean, it's just so sweet. But the one that really touched my heart, and it doesn't get old, there's a movie called The Family Stone.
Yes.
And I love that.
I love that movie.
That movie makes me cry.
It makes me cry too.
It is absolutely so near and dear to my heart too.
I got goosebumps. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Diane Keaton's in it. And it's about the holidays, because sometimes the holidays aren't always so wonderful for everyone.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to come back together and be with family.
It really is. And the dynamics of the family, and there's also an illness in the family that, I never thought I would relate to, but it's just so precious. Every moment of that film. And Sarah Jessica Parker is adorable in that film.
She is. I love her. I wanted to wrap her in a hug when she just, it was very relatable too, because sometimes if you're like in a new relationship or you haven't met your partner's family yet and you meet them around the holidays,
there's so much pressure.
There's a lot of pressure. You get anxiety. Do I say this right? Do I say that right? Like, how do I act? That sort of stuff. Like, it's heightened around the holidays. So for her to go in and meet her significant other's family was like, and there's so many of them.
Oh, there's so many of them.
That
and
was
they're also
relatable.
opinionated. Well, for you guys who are watching, please, if you have any fun Christmas memories, or if you can tell us of a great Christmas story or a Christmas movie or a Christmas
forgot
song.
The Grinch.
Oh my gosh, The Grinch.
Yeah,
oh my
classic,
God. What are we doing? It's like
I know.
sacrilegious.
I know.
Drop your comments below because you know what? We're going to have so much fun over the next couple weeks. Thank you so much for watching us, and sit back and relax. And coming soon, if you go on my Instagram or you go to Seraphiend.com, we are going to have the Christmas scorecard for you. And we're even going to post a little drinking game. So check it out. And as always, we love you for watching. There's so much love in the Christmas holiday spirit, and we're going to put it all on you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.